Welcome. You have arrived at the Arcanum. For centuries, this institution has welcomed those who ask better questions than they answer. Knowledge is not granted. It is cultivated.
Wisdom is not possessed.
It is recognized.
Truth
Requires participation. You have not enrolled to memorize incantations, nor to command invisible forces. Those pursuits belong to lesser schools. Here,
we study relationships,
patterns,
proportion,
resonance, and the elegant architecture from which magic naturally emerges. You will encounter
flow,
geometry,
equilibrium,
and ideas whose names have not yet been invented. Do not attempt to remember every word. Instead, observe carefully the principles will remember you. There is one final matter. Throughout your studies, you may occasionally believe that you understand. Treat this feeling with healthy skepticism, for certainty is often the final illusion before discovery. Orientation is complete. Let us proceed. Observe. Before a spell is spoken, before a flame is born, before intention becomes action, there is flow. Mana is neither created nor destroyed. It gathers gathers, it disperses, it remembers. The ley lines are not rivers of power. They are pathways of permission. The patient practitioner does not command them, only listens until resonance is achieved.
Every room,
A frequency,
every gesture,
a waveform,
every silence.
part of the incantation.
Arcane flow, feel the hidden current glow. Every breath, every tone, shapes the world we've always known. Arcane flow, where forgotten rivers go. Through the storm, through the sky, where imagination learns to fly.
The novice believes magic bends reality. The master understands reality has always been bending. The circle is not a prism, it is a conversation. Geometry persuades where force alone cannot. Even fire requires agreement. Power without balance,
Consumes itself,
knowledge without wonder.
becomes noise,
The strongest spell,
is rarely the loudest.
mountains are moved
One quiet vibration,
at a time. Listen. Can you hear it?
not with your ears.
With your intention,
Between every heartbeat,
there is a rhythm,
between every thought,
a doorway,
between every star.
another equation, waiting patiently to be discovered.
Arcane flow, follow where the ley lines grow. Every dream, every flame, whispers creation's secret name. Arcane flow, ancient wisdom set aglow. Through the night, through the day, every path becomes a way. Arcane flow, arcane flow, arcane flow.
Remember, the spell was never the source, only the echo of understanding. Trained eye sees light. moved. Only the pattern has changed. Not unlike water or wind or thought. A crystal does not contain power. It remembers alignment. A staff is not the source, only an instrument tuned to a quieter frequency. Every heartbeat, a pulse. Every pulse, a wave. Every wave, searching for harmony.
Advanced matter dynamics. Everything is flowing. Nothing ever stands still. The currents cross in silence. The hidden rivers bend the will. Raise your hands. Not to command, but to become aligned. The greatest force in wizardry is a perfectly focused mind.
You have been taught that ley lines are pathways. This is approximately correct, but incomplete. Ley lines are not roads. They are intersections of agreement. Every place of power is a conversation between forces where most see land. We measure interference. When two currents meet, they do not merge, they compete for coherence. And in that competition, reality adapts. Alignment is stability, misalignment is noise. But in between is possibility. Leyline interference, where worlds begin to bend. Not by force, but by a pattern that won't end. When resonance collides and the structure starts to sway, even certainty itself forgets which way to stay. A single spell is harmless, a system of spells is architecture under pressure. Stack enough intention in one place and the world begins to echo itself. Not all echoes are delayed. Some arrive early, some refuse to leave, and some rewrite the source. Do not mistake this for chaos. Chaos has no structure. This has too much structure, and that is far more dangerous, because when patterns overlap perfectly, they stop being patterns and become something else entirely. Leyline interference. Hear the hidden currents blend. Every signal, every strain finds a shape it can defend. When the layers synchronize, then fracture into light. You are witnessing mathematics, learning how to fight. But I must warn you, from this point forward, nothing you observe will remain unchanged by observation. Observe the circle. Observe the line. Observe the space between. Geometry. Mathematical expression. A rune is not a picture. It is compressed direction. Every angle stores a choice. serve a consequence. Straight lines accelerate, circles contain, spirals transform. The triangle focuses, the octagon remembers. You do not draw to create power, you draw it to direct the power. Where to go? Runic geometry, shape the unseen energy. Every line, every sign, every angle redefines. Runic geometry, patterns carve reality. Stone and flame, share one name. Everything aligns. Measure twice, enchant once. Precision outlives passion. Even empty space has structure. Every distance, the meaning, proportion, the possibility. The possibility. Imagine a single point, now another. Between them, a decision. At a third, and direction appears. At a fourth, an intention acquires memory. The universe builds itself, one relationship at a time. Changes because the universe has always preferred good design. Observe the flame. It rises. Observe the river. It yields. Observe the stone. It holds. Observe the air. It moves. Water is adaptation, earth is persistence, air is possibility. Not symbols, behaviors, not elements, states of motion. The apprentice names them, the system defines them. Nothing exists alone. Every force depends. Every change requires balance. Every balance creates sense. Elemental equilibrium. Everything in proportion. Every force returns to measured motion. Elemental equilibrium, no element stands apart. Fire expands, water flows, earth holds, air departs. An unchecked fire consumes its form. An unchecked river forgets its path. Stone without pressure becomes static. Wind without structure loses its track. Power is not increase, power is relation. Each element survives through cooperation. Balance is not stillness, it is adjustment, a living correction, a constant agreement. Too much of one and the system bends. Too little response and the pattern ends. Elemental equilibrium, everything in proportion. Every force returns to measured motion. Elemental equilibrium, no element stands apart. Fire expands, water flows, earth holds, air departs. The universe does not choose, it balances. Observe carefully. Every lesson has described a different shape, a different motion, a different law. Today, we ask whether they were ever different at all. Became momentum, momentum found resonance, resonance discovered form, form invited balance. Each principle appeared complete, yet every principle pointed beyond itself, not toward another answer, toward another question. A pattern repeats, not because it is copied, because it is fundamental. The prime pattern, hidden in every design. Every current, every circle, every measure, every line. The prime pattern, ooh, waiting to be found. Not above us, not below us, within the ground of separately only because we encountered them separately. Nature never made that distinction. Imagine a single idea expressed as music, as geometry, as light, as memory. Different languages, one meaning, different equations, one solution. Perhaps the universe does not invent beauty. Perhaps beauty is what coherence feels like. Prime pattern, every rhythm, every flame, every orbit, every name. The prime pattern, always in plain sight. When enough pieces agree, understanding becomes light. Observe carefully. The universe does not repeat itself. It expresses itself, and elegant expressions require only one pattern. Every lesson leaves an impression. Every pattern leaves a trace. Knowledge does not disappear. It reorganizes. No page was written, only revealed. No truth was hidden, only concealed. Every question turns another leaf. Every answer changes what we see. The oldest wisdom needs no keeper, it remembers itself. Read the current, read the stone, read the stars. You'll never read it alone. The Living Grimoire. A river carries the memory of mountains, and every mind becomes another page. Knowledge grows, not by possession, but by participation. The grimoire was never ink, never parchment, never bound. Its language is relationship. Its alphabet is pattern. Its author is emergence, and every conscious witness writes without knowing. The Living Grimoire, open to the sky. Every circle, every rhythm learns the reason why. The Living Grimoire, nothing disappears. Every elegant idea echoes through the years. Library requires no walls. It only asks that someone continues reading. Observe carefully. This is not a lecture. This is the end of separation. Was a perspective, not a rule, not a law, a way of seeing. The same underlying motion, flow was never alone. It was structure and time. Geometry was never still. It was motion and form. Balance was never fixed. It was continuous negotiation. We did not discover many truths. We learned many ways to describe one truth. The hall of infinite equations is not a place you enter. It is what appears when nothing is separate anymore. The hall of infinite equations. Every answer, every question, returning to the same center. Expected a final formula, a closing statement, a singular expression that explained everything. But systems that that are complete.
Do not simplify, they unify.
And unity
Is not reduction,
it is recognition. If I give you an equation, you will think the search is over. But what you have learned is not the equation. It is the language that makes equations possible. And language itself is only a bridge between patterns.
there is no final answer, only the realization that answers will never separate
From the act of asking,
the hall of infinite equations is everywhere understanding occurs. Everywhere patterns align. Everywhere motion finds meaning without needing to be defined. The hall of infinite equations was always present in flow, in form, in mind.
throughout these lectures, we searched for the equation, but there never was one. Only relationship, only structure, recognizing itself. You are not learning magic. You are learning how reality organizes itself. And now, you are part of that organization. Observe carefully.